Hey, everybody, welcome to today's episode of The Spark. I'm Coach David. I hope you're doing fantastic on today, and I hope that everything in your life is moving in the direction that you want it to move. I hope that you are getting up and getting after it and knowing this right here, that it's all in a state of mind. However you think, that's exactly how you are. So I'm here on today to encourage you, to help you, do things that maybe you never ever thought about doing before, enlarge that thinking, and also to know that you can have the very best in life. I want that for you. So if you think big, big things start to happen in your life. So I encourage you to do that on today. Now, today I'm going to start a lesson. I'm going to try to and attempt to go all the way through it. I don't know if I will or not because it's a little bit to it, but I'm going to try to go all the way through it on today. So I'm asking you up front that you just stick with me and bear with me, and we're going to get through it. Today, I'm going to talk to you about level up, how to elevate your life. That's right. I'm calling this level up. And the truth of the matter is, when we start talking about leveling up, we're actually talking about developing. And when a person is developing, they understand that they're growing, they're maturing, they're advancing in life. And what I did, I went back and I really studied the word develop because that is the key to leveling up, is to develop. So I studied that word, and what it really means, it means to undo, as in wrapping, like if you're unwrapping or unfolding something. So on today, what we're going to do, we're going to develop, we're going to unwrap some things, we're going to unfold some things, and then we're going to kind of walk through this, and we're going to talk about how you can level up and elevate your life. That's what I really want for you on today, because I know this right here. Every level, things get, they say this when I was in church, they would say, new level, new devil. Well, this is what I believe. I do believe that you're going to face new challenges, but I also believe this right here. You're going to face much more success, whatever you desire that to be. So let's talk about it. So I'm going to start out by talking about develop. I'm going to use the word develop, you know how I like to do it, in order to help you level up, how you're going to elevate your life. So here's the first one, the D. The D is this right here, drama. You have got to delete drama from your life. Now, listen, I'm smart enough to know that you're not going to be able to totally eradicate drama from your life. I know that. But what you can do, you can become less reactive to the drama. And so thereby, when you become less reactive to drama, drama has a way of leaving you alone. I oftentimes use the analogy of this right here. People won't try to put garbage, drama, in you if you don't act like a trash can. If you don't act like a garbage can and you're collecting this, then people have a tendency to not even be moved with you when they come to drama. So you've got to become less reactive to drama, both coming to you and what other people are saying. And when you do that, now what's going to begin to happen, you're going to begin to recognize that drama just doesn't come your way. Why? Because you're not reacting to it. Also, you're going to learn that you've got to choose your battles more carefully. That's right. There's certain things that you don't even need to respond to. There's things you don't need to reply to. There's just things you just need to leave alone and get the drama out of your life. I encourage you to delete the drama. I oftentimes say this right here. Leave your drama for your mama. But don't come here with that. You have to understand that you are the one that puts up the fence, the wall, the guard, whatever you want to call it, to keep drama from coming to you. Delete drama. That's how you're going to elevate your life. That's the first step, is getting away from all that drama. The second thing that I would encourage you to do is the E, is to embrace life. What do you mean by that? Well, let's be honest about it. Positive, negative things are all around us. Positive, negative things go on in our life. Now, how you embrace life, the positive and the negative, is going to determine how you elevate in life. Well, I say it like this. Where do you stand when something comes up negative? Do you get on the bandwagon? Do you jump right in and you become negative too? Or do you try to find that seed of benefit out of it when you face something negative, when you see something negative? Do you look for the positive in life, or are you looking for the negative? What's your outlook? And when you are elevating your life, when you are taking your life to the next level, negative things are going to happen. Positive things are going to happen. But remember this key point right here. You are what you think. So if you will think positive, positive things will become the norm. Even when negative things show up, I want you to begin to think positive, because when you do that, now you're elevating, you're leveling up. Okay. Some people, everything is just negative to them, no matter what it is. I mean, but you're different. You're going to look at it and you're going to say, now, this is not a best situation for me, but you know what? I'm going to find something positive in here and I'm going to turn this thing around. I'm going to keep that positive focus. I'm going to keep that positive outlook and I'm going to be all right. So that's the E. Here's the V, very important one right here. I talk about this all the time. You have to have value. What do you mean? You got to value yourself and you got to value your time. You have to know what you are worth. I mean, really, what are you worth? Think about that for a minute. What are you worth? Now, I said before, just because people don't see value in you, that does not make you unvaluable. You are very valued here. And so you have to know that for yourself. You got to sit down and look and say, look, my life is valuable and my time is valuable. Just how valuable is your time? That feeds back to the drama part. If your time is very valuable, you don't have time for drama. You see what I'm saying? So when you understand that, when you walk through that and you say, look, I know how to value myself. I know how to value my time. I know how to keep things in the proper perspective. And I am not going to let you devalue me. I'm not going to let you waste or devalue my time. Now, if you need my help, I'm here. Oh my goodness, I'm here. But you're not going to waste my time because my time is valuable. It's the one thing that you can't get back is time. Oftentimes we'll do some type of training or something, or we'll go through something and I'll be like, okay, I just wasted 1 hour of my life in doing this because it wasn't valuable to me. Now, not saying that everything is like that, because there are some things are, but you know when your time is being wasted and devalued. You know when you're being devalued. You have to know your value. And like I always say, never, ever give people a discount. That's the V. Here's the E in that word develop. The E in that is ever evolving. What do you mean? I'm always making progress in life. I'm always moving forward in life. I don't care whether it be in relationships. I'm making progress. Whether it be in the knowledge and the understanding that I have, I'm making progress. Even in physical fitness and taking care of myself, I'm making progress. My mindset is progressing. So, and I understand this right here. If I'm ever evolving, then my life is ever elevating. The key to this right here is to know that you're going to have to be what I call a constant learner. You're always going to be learning new things. You're always going to be discovering new things. You have to do this. Okay? When you do it, then things begin to come together for you. Things begin to work for you. You are an ever evolving person, and you're not just sitting around waiting for something to happen. You're going out, you're progressing forward, and you're making things happen. Well, you got to be ever evolving. Let's be honest about it. The world that we live in is ever evolving. And if you're going to be on point, and if you're going to stay on point, you have to be ever evolving with it. I remember there was a time, now think about this. There was a time when we would type on a typewriter. Some of my younger viewers don't even know what that is. We would type on a typewriter, and then they had this little correction stuff. If you made an error, you had to go in there and correct it. We don't do that anymore. Now we got spell check, and now we got AI, we got Chat GPT, we got all of this stuff ever evolving. You have to be ever evolving in your life in order to elevate your life. And I hope that you will take that on and ever be evolving. So that's the other E there. Now let's go to that L. That L means this right here, limits. What are you talking about, David? Okay, you're going to have to deal with limits. One, you're going to have to set limits. Then on the other hand, you're going to have to push the limits. Let's talk about it. You have to set limits on what you're going to allow. All right. And I will promise you this right here. If you don't have any limits, people will set them for you. You have to learn how to set your limits. You have to let people know this is my limit. Don't cross that boundary. And if you do, I'm going to set you back on the other side. You have to know how to do that for yourself. You've got to set your limits because let's be honest about it. People are always trying to give you what your limits are. People are always trying to share with you, this is where you should be, or this is where you should go, or this is where you should do. You've got to know how to set limits so that you can elevate your life. Now, on the other hand, though, you got to push some limits. What are you talking about? You got to push the limits for bigger and for better. For you, not for anybody else. No more small thinking. We're going to think big. We're going to move big. Why? Because we're elevating in life. And in order to level up and to elevate, I've got to change the way I think. I got to start thinking bigger. I got to start thinking better. I got to start thinking stronger. I have to do that. And I have to set those limits and push those limits at the same time. This has nothing to do with anyone else. Remember, we're elevating your life, not somebody else's life. I cannot sit around and look at somebody else's life and say, you know, they ought to set this limit or they ought to push this. No. I don't do that. That's on you. I just share with you that these are things you have to do if you're going to elevate in life. I don't tell you what that elevation may be. You know that for yourself. Just know that you're going to have to set some limits and you're going to have to push some limits. And then the O, that next O here is talking about overcoming. What? Yes, you must be an overcomer. What are you talking about? Listen, now you think about this for a minute. Everybody faces some challenges in life. Whether it be health challenges, financial challenges, relationship challenges, everybody faces challenges in life. If a person tells you that they're not facing any challenge, that's a challenge for them that they're not facing any. Because one of my mentors taught me this right here. He says, one of three things are going on in your life at all times. He says, you're getting ready to go into a storm. He said, you're in the midst of a storm, or you just came out of a storm. But either way, everyone faces some challenges. Here's another one. Everyone faces setbacks sometimes. Yes, they do. But here's the thing that I always talk about. What do you do when you face the challenge? What do you do when you face the setback? How do you handle it? People ask me sometimes, David, how do you handle a setback? How do you handle these challenges? How do you look like these things don't affect you and you just keep moving on? Here's how you do it. You overcome it. Well, wait a minute. You're telling me I overcome it? How do I overcome it? Here's how you overcome. I overcome with a positive, I can and I will overcome attitude. That's right. I got to have an attitude of an overcomer. And the attitude of an overcomer is I understand that my attitude is going to determine my altitude, how high I can go. But if I look at every setback and I sit back and I just start crying about a setback, if I look at every challenge and I get depressed and I get beat up and I get downtrodden, if that's me, then I'm not elevating my life. I'm just kind of staying there the same. Remember this right here. You can and you will overcome, but it's all in a state of mind. Remember this right here. You have to learn to make your attitude your ally, because sometimes you're not going to have people in your life. Thank God when we do, and we have people to encourage us and people to inspire us and people to give us that motivation that we need. But sometimes you're not going to have that. So what you've got to do is take your attitude and make it your ally and climb to the next level and be an overcomer. You got to know that you got to learn to say, I am an overcomer and I will overcome this. I can overcome this. And I got news for you. Yes, you can. You can do it. And then here's the final, the P. The P goes back to personal development. Now, notice the two words there, personal and develop. This is personal to you. If you're going to level up, which I know you will, if you're going to elevate your life, which I know you will, you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to get some personal things going on, is the way I need to say it. This is about you. This is all about you. What this is called self-improvement. It is improving self, yourself. I like the way that sounds. Improving self, yourself. In other words, there may not be anybody there cheering me at the finish line. There may not be anybody there cheering me during the race. There may not be anybody cheering me at the beginning, but I can cheer myself. I can encourage myself. And watch this right here. Through personal development of knowing that, hey, I'm working towards something, I can get there. So somebody asked me, they said, how do you level up? How do you elevate your life? Just take that word develop and use it like I've given it to you on today. Get those things set in order. Start moving in the right direction and watch great and amazing things happen. I want to leave you with this. Remember this right here. I heard this and it has resonated with me. And man, it just means so much. So this is what I want to leave you with. I'm smarter than I think. Yes, you are. I'm braver than I seem. Yes, I am. I'm stronger than I feel. Oh, yes. And I can do all things. You got to remember that right there. You might want to say that every day. I'm smarter than I think. I'm braver than I seem. I'm stronger than I feel. And I can do all things. Well, this is Coach David. I'm going to leave you with that on today. Thank you for hanging in here with me. I hope this has helped you tremendously. Share this with somebody, and let's level up and let's elevate our lives. Remember this right here. You are the architect of your life. And Coach David, that's me. I believe in you. I will see you next time. Have a great one. Bye.